Okay, so first time doing an actual video discussing anything NBA on the Joby Bryant channel. If you guys don't like these videos, please leave a comment below, but we're just going to give it a try to talk about some current NBA events. So today I want to talk about the Alex Caruso for Josh Giddey trade and what this brings for OKC next year and just adding to their already good defensive team. So Alex Caruso for Josh Giddey happened yesterday, and I just want to talk about what this does for OKC and what it does for the Chicago Bulls as well. So we already know that Alex Caruso is one of the better on-ball defenders in the league. He's been on all defensive team twice, and he's an already better shooter than Giddey. So just an immediate plug-and-play guy is way better than having Giddey out there in crunch time, who, in all fairness, can't shoot. At least not yet. So Caruso plus Lou Dort is going to be one of the best defensive clamps in the league. It's going to make it so hard for your primary ball handler to just get into his offense and get into a rhythm. And for Josh Giddey going to Chicago, I think this is a good chance for him to just, get more playing time, just develop into a better player. He definitely has to become a better shooter and keep his game on the court, if you know what I'm saying. But I think a lot of Chicago Bulls fans are pretty upset because the team just feels directionless. It feels like they're going for 40 wins every year just to get into that play-in tournament. I would like to see a total rebuild with this team. Trade Levine, trade DeMar, keep Kobe White, I guess. It just needs to be a total rebuild, and I feel like they should have been rebuilding since like 2019. So it's due time for the Bulls and management to see what they do. The big problem I had with this trade is that the Bulls got no draft compensation, especially since OKC has so many draft picks. We all know that Sam Presti is going to win almost every trade, but it seems like Chicago could at least got like one protected first, a heavily protected first, but apparently this is just a straight up trade Caruso for Giddey, so I guess Chicago just continuing to make head-scratching moves, so fingers crossed if you're a Chicago Bulls fan, because I think it's going to get a lot uglier before it gets pretty. But that's about it. What do you guys think of this trade? Leave a comment below, and if you like more videos of me discussing the NBA current events, let me know, and thanks for watching. Thank you. Now I want to talk about JJ Reddick headed to the Los Angeles Lakers to become their new head coach. So at first we thought this was going to be JJ's job, but then we heard the rumors about Dan Hurley possibly leaving UConn to come to the Lakers, and then he goes back to UConn to try and do a three-peat, and then JJ eventually gets the job. So what exactly made JJ accept this job? Obviously his first head coaching job in the league is going to be with the Lakers, the second most historic franchise in the NBA behind the Boston Celtics. But as we all know, JJ Reddick is a huge podcaster with the Old Man to Three. He does stuff for ESPN. He has the podcast Mind the Game or Change the Game with LeBron James, whatever you call it. Is that going to be on hold? Is he going to be a part-time coach, part-time podcaster? Is he going to be a full-time coach, full-time podcaster? I don't know the dynamic, especially since he has a podcast with LeBron James himself. Are they going to have a bad game and then talk about how they had a bad game? Is LeBron going to use his buddy, his new podcast partner, as a scapegoat when the Lakers are not good? Because I don't believe the Lakers will be very good next year unless they make a drastic change. To me, this has the vibe of Jason Kidd when he first went to the Nets in 2013, or even Steve Nash when he went to the Nets when KD, Harden, and Kyrie were there. But I do trust JJ to be a good X's and O's coach, but this guy needs to hire a very good staff, experienced coaches, even some coaches who have been head coaches in the league already, to help him with just the everyday preparation of being an NBA head coach, and especially when you're the face of the Lakers. But what's the actual window with the Lakers? On paper, I see this roster. I do not see it as a championship roster. This is far from the bubble team that has won the championship a couple years back, but I just cannot wait to see the Lakers get smacked by 40 to any team, and then the next day LeBron and JJ are discussing what went wrong in that game. I gotta admit, I'm a little upset because of how good JJ's content with his podcast actually is on Old Man the Three and Mind the Game podcast, all that stuff, because he's really good at discussing basketball in general. So I think that will translate to his head coaching job at the Lakers, but I am skeptical at first glance. But what do you think about the hiring of JJ Reddick as your newest head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers? Comment below and like and subscribe.